Hey guys, this is Kyle with Bring Back the Farm. I just wanted to share with you guys what's happening in my garden today and this week. I have all of these starts that are coming up. You kind of see them in their rows. I got a bunch of beans. I'm trying, everything I'm growing is heirloom, which is pretty neat. I have, if we come out here, you can see I have corn that's starting to come up. This is my back to Eden garden, and you can see how many weeds I have. Mostly morning glory. Man, this stuff sucks. It still comes up really easy, but I mean, that stuff is hard to get rid of. But there's my corn. I got 6 rows of this corn. It's looking pretty good. And let's see. Oh, you can see my morning glory over here with my onions. Look at that. It's just, this stuff is nasty. Look at this. Look at this right here. It's just twisting itself around my onions. That is just awful. Awful, awful. Look at that. Just, man, I can't beat it. I don't know how to beat it. This is my yellow onion row right there, and then I have my Egyptian walking onions. They're starting to split into more onion bulbs. You can kind of see it happening up on top. And this right here will produce about, I don't know, 3 to 5 to 8 onion bulbs on the top. My potatoes are growing in right here. You can see some of those starting to come up. And then also we have, so let's go ahead and just go over here. So I have a bunch of these beans that are starting to grow. And I have a bunch of broccoli and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts that are coming up. In these rows. And everything is coming up. Like everything is. I totally feel blessed. Big time, because a lot of people that I know, their seeds aren't coming up very well. But you can see this is just dark as night. And this is my back to Eden wood chips that have broken down. You can see that. That just is awesome. Back to Eden. Some people will say it doesn't work here in Utah, but it does if you do it right. Now, I did remove a bunch of the hard wood chips, like the big thick wood chips, because these don't break down very quickly unless they're in a big pile. But the wood chips that have been composted down a little bit better, they'll just finish composting and become this black dirt in the garden, and it's just wonderful. I also have some other plants growing too. Let me show you those. But I also have mycelium that's growing in the wood chips. Mycelium will actually feed my plants the exact nutrients that they need. It's like this mushroom fungus, and mycelium is white. It's like this white fungus that grows under the soil, and it's this large network of fungus, of mushroom, and what it does is it brings one mineral from one part of the garden and will feed it to the plant that needs it. And so that's why you don't till. That's why I'm not tilling my garden. So I want to grow that mycelium. And it takes time for it to come in and to actually work. Okay, and then I also have, I planted a few more rows of stuff out here from beets, and I planted some Mormon Pioneer pink-eyed beans. Planted those. Those are pretty rare. everything that's in the garden is heirloom too, so I'm trying to grow everything I can as well as harvest those seeds. So these are my tomatoes. This one is a Lucky Tiger. I have Lucky Tiger, a couple of those. I have Blue Beauty, a Green Giant, a Nepal, a Black Beauty. You can see the leaves on that one's pretty dark. I mean, those are really pretty. More Black Beauties, Black Cherries, Mexican Midgets, I think that's what it's called, Hillbillies, all the way down to striped Romas and some others, but those ones aren't doing as well, and I need to work on that a little better. Over here we have my carrot, which should go to seed this year. I'm planning on harvesting seeds from this carrot. This is a huge carrot too, like it's just massive. It stayed in the ground all winter. You guys saw the videos. And it's awesome. And then of course my lettuce and my spinach patch, which was all self-seeding. So I went to a conference, or it was like a class by Caleb Warnock, who's a pretty famous gardener here in Utah, and he is an expert on survival. He's probably the most self-reliant person in the state. And I went to one of his classes and he taught us a bunch of stuff about how to garden, and one of which is how to water. And he waters his garden once every 8 days. I'm gonna try to do that this year, and I'll make another video about how I'm gonna try to do that, and how to water and be productive still at the same time. But I also, if you go to seedrenaissance.com, you can see he sells heirloom seeds, and he is the only person who sells many different heirloom seeds in the world. And a lot of these seeds are going extinct, and he tries to go out and collect them and grow them and produce more seed and sell those seeds. So that's kind of what he does. It's actually pretty remarkable, all the stuff that he's been able to do. But anyways, this is my garden as it sits right now. You can see that I want to expand it. I have some grass over here at the very end. I'm going to expand it over there for a little bit. But you can see my asparagus and my rhubarb plant is doing good. I am starting, I've planted some glass gem corn over here. Hopefully that takes. You can see my grapes are coming in. One right here, and then I have another one right there. So we're just trying to do this one thing at a time. But the real question is, can you produce enough food to feed your family if you had to? And right now, I don't feel like I could. And I have all of this garden, so I'm trying to find ways to better manage it. And I think as I do that, I think I'll be able to get a better garden. Anyways, this is my second year doing Back to Eden, and the first year did well. I added the mint lighter mix a little bit. This year I'm going to try not to add that mix, and we'll see how it goes. So this is my second year. I have tons of morning glory. That's pretty much the only weed I have, but so far it's looking pretty good. Anyways, I got that. You can see I got a bunch of strawberries coming up along the house. I have my berry patch over there where I have 70 feet of raspberries, 50 feet of blackberries. You can see I have my orchard right there. And this will be the third year for those trees. And you can see I have my chickens over here. Crabapple tree in the corner. And I have a cherry tree over on this other side of the coop, but I'm not producing enough to be self-reliant yet. But the goal is this year to see how much I can actually grow. Oh, I almost forgot. Let me show you over here where I put a bunch of the grass that I dug up. I covered in the same black compost stuff, and I have a bunch of little squashes coming up and pumpkins, and I have cantaloupes and honeydews, and all of that kind of plant I've planted in this mound. So I'm kind of experimenting on it to see if it'll produce food there. So we'll see. But this is the watering tool that you would use to water your garden once every 8 days. You just put that on you want to raise it up above the ground, probably 4 or 5 feet, so it can sprinkle the corn and everything else that's growing. That's it. You can see these are actually growing pretty good right there. I don't know if that's going to focus. Anyways, alright guys, this is Bring Back the Farm. I just wanted to share with you what's happening in my garden. Thanks for watching.